our previous lesson, we learned the differentiation of a sum or difference. In today's lesson, we shall learn how to differentiate a product. Now, if y equals uv, where u and v are both functions of x, then by the product rule, the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to v multiplying by the derivative of u with respect to x plus u multiplying by the derivative of v with respect to x. Good. This means that you differentiate the first term whilst maintaining the second term, and differentiate the second term whilst maintaining the first term. Now, let's look at the following examples. That's example 1. Find the derivative with respect to x. Find the derivative with respect to x. So this one, you can see that for the function y is equal to 4x cubed plus 1, all multiplying by 2x minus 2, is a product of two terms. So we go by the product rule. Now, in the first place, you let u equal to 4x cubed plus 1, v is equal to 2x minus 2. Good. After that, you differentiate u. So the derivative of u with respect to x is equal to this 4 will be multiplied by this 3, making 12x, and this 3 will be reduced by 1, so by 2. And anytime you differentiate a constant, it's always 0. Now let's move on to the derivative of v with respect to x. So here's my v. When I differentiate this, I'll get 2. After that, I'll substitute it in the main formula. Thus, from the product rule, dy dx is equal to v du dx plus u dv dx. Good. So let's substitute this one. I have v here, and here's v, 2x minus 2. So 2x minus 2, multiplying by du dx. Du dx is already 12x. So 12x squared. Here's plus u. U is 4x cubed plus 1 multiplying by dv dx. dv dx is 2. Good. Now 12x squared multiplied by 2x will give me 24x cubed minus 2 times 12 will give me 24x squared. Good. Plus 2 times 4 is 8x cubed plus 2. Now let's simplify this. 24 plus 8 will give me 32x cubed minus 24x squared plus 2. Good. Hence, the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to 32x cubed minus 24x squared plus 2. Good. So this is how we differentiate it. Now let's look at another example. Y is equal to 2x squared minus 1, all brackets, multiplying by x squared plus 3. So over here you can see that this function is a product of two things. So we go by the product rule. In the first place, let u is equal to 2x squared minus 1. The next one, v, should be equal to s squared plus 3. That's the first step. After that, we differentiate each of the terms. So the u over the x is equal to, here's the u, so this two will be multiplied by this two, making 4x, and this two will be reduced by 1, which is 1. Now let's move on to the v over the x. The v over the x, here's the v, so it will be 2x. Good. Now let's substitute it into the main formula. That's using the product rule. You can say that the y dx is equal to v du dx plus u dv dx. Good. So here's v. V is already x squared plus 3 multiplying by du dx. Du dx is 4x. Good. Here's plus u. U is 2s squared minus 1 multiplying by dv dx. Dv dx is 2x. Good. So let's expand this one. 4x times s squared will give me 4s cubed plus 3 times 4 is 12x. Now 2 times 2 will give you 4x cubed minus 2x. Good. So let's try and simplify this. So 4s cubed plus, okay, now let's try to simplify. So here is 4s cubed, which is 8s cubed. 12x minus 2x will give me plus 10x. Good. So I can say that hence dy dx is equal to 8x cubed plus 10x. Good. Yeah, now let's tackle the last question. Thus, y is equal to s cubed minus 2 multiplying by 2s squared plus 3. This one is a product of two terms. Now the first term is this and the next term is also this. So we go by the product rule. So in the first place, let u is equal to s cubed minus 2 and v2 to be equal to 2s squared plus 3. And so this one is u, the first one, and the second one is v. Let's try to differentiate each of them. So the derivative of u with respect to x is equal to 3x squared. Good. And at the same time, the derivative of v with respect to x is also equal to 4x. Good. Thus, for the u, 3 times x, here's it, and you reduce the 3 by 1 to get 2. And for the v2, for you to derive the v, you multiply the 2 by this 2, making 4x, and this 2 will be reduced by 1, so 2 minus 1 is 1. So you can decide not to write the 1 over here. Now, from the product rule, the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to v du dx minus plus u dv dx. Good. So let's substitute. Here's v. V is 2s squared plus 3 multiplying by the derivative of u with respect to x, which is equal to 3s. So times 3s squared plus u. The u over here is s cubed minus 2 times the derivative of v, which is 4x. So 4x. Good. Now let's try to expand it. 3x squared times 2x squared will give 6x to the power 4 plus 3 times 3x squared will give 9x squared. Now plus 4x times x to the power 3 will give 4x to the power 4 minus 2 times 4x will give 8x. Good. So I have this over there. And the next one is to simplify. So have 6x to the power 4 and 4x to the power 4, making 10x to the power 4 plus 9x squared minus 8x. Therefore, the y, the x is equal to 10x to the power 4 plus 9x squared minus 8x. Good. That's how it is. Now let's consider this question. Find the derivative of y with respect to x if y is equal to 4x cubed plus 1 or multiplied by 2x minus 1. For this one, we are going to use the shortcut method. This is how we use the shortcut method. Thus, you differentiate the first term whilst maintaining the second term. After that, you differentiate the second term whilst maintaining the first term. So, the y, the x is equal to, I will differentiate this one. 4 times 3 is 12x, and this 3 will reduce by 1, so making 2. And I'll multiply by this 2x minus 2 plus the next one. I will differentiate this one, making 2 times this 4x cubed plus 1. Now after that, I will expand. So 12x squared times this will give me 24x cubed minus 24x squared plus 8x cubed plus 2. Good. So let's try and simplify this one. 24x cubed plus 8x cubed will give me 32x cubed minus 24x squared plus 2. Good. So with this method, we will only use 3 steps. Only 3 steps. That's how it is. And let's try another one too and see how it is. Now for another question. Find the derivative of y with respect to x if y is equal to this function. So over here, I will differentiate this first whilst maintaining this one. Good. So this one gives me 4x now multiplied by this function, which is x cubed plus 3. After that, I will maintain this one. That's 2x squared minus 1. Now I will differentiate this equation, making 3x squared. Good. So now let's simplify it. 4x times this will give me 4x to the power 4 plus 4 times 3 is 12x. Good. Plus 3x squared times 2x squared will give 6x to the power 4 minus 3x squared. So let's group like terms. 4 and 6 will give me 10x to the power 4. And here's minus 3x squared plus 12x. Good. So hence the y dx is equal to 10x to the power 4 minus 3x squared plus 12x. Good. That's how it is.